That's my song Cañedo, all in Waray-Waray, and the first song I made in my native language. I want to talk about how writing Waray-Waray songs made me realize emphasis in conveying emotions. I also want to talk about how we could add more to the culture of Eastern Visayas through writing Waray-Waray songs with the knowledge of this emphasis that I'll talk about in a bit. Hello, my name is Patrick Cañedo and I am a songwriter. I've been writing songs since 2012, 2013 and have been posting them online since 2017. I know how to speak in 3 languages, that's English, Filipino, and my native language Waray-Waray. And most of the songs I've written are in English, some in Filipino, and only 3 so far in Waray-Waray. As a musician in Eastern Visayas, I just think that in order for us to appreciate our language more and actually add more to the culture, we should be writing more in Waray-Waray. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are a musician or artist in general from Eastern Visayas and you don't use Waray-Waray as a medium of any sorts, that's okay. It's totally fine. You can still wear and bring the pride of the region without doing so. Now that that's out of the way, it's just that as a person who speaks Waray-Waray but has become an Englishero who mostly speaks and thinks in English, when I started writing songs in Waray-Waray, I realized how pretty the language is and how much it really resonates with me, especially that that's my first language. I also noticed how, because of that, there are just some lyrics in Waray-Waray that are just arguably better than maybe in English or even Filipino. Another disclaimer, I am not making this as a competition between languages. It's just that I am stating observations and opinions from a songwriting perspective. Here's my ending to my song Cañedo. In English, that's you are really, you are only mine. Now, that sounded good. But I argue that the Waray-Waray version just sounds better. Why? Because I would say it just has that added feeling of reassurance and affirmation. How? Well, with the word good. Now we could sing Ikaw na, ikaw na, it ako. And that's fine. We could sing that, right? But good, that word good, just adds that sense of finality, that you are only the one that the singer will love. A slightly different example would be Masumo, masumo ka man, masumo, masumo ka man. Just has that compared to you are so frustrating. You are so frustrating. And I think that there's this different emphasis with the 2 languages. In Waray-Waray, masumo is mentioned twice, really emphasizing the frustration. In English, you is mentioned twice, emphasizing the person. Now, I would say that could drastically change the interpretation of the song. The context of the song is these 2 lovers are fighting. And the interpretation that changes then there is in Waray-Waray, they're more frustrated at the part that it's frustrating, just emphasizing the masumo. And then in English, it's a more direct attack to the person. You are so frustrating. Now, I know we could also sing so frustrating you are. But it doesn't sound that good unless that's a Yoda song. This is what I mean when I talk about emphasis. Some emotions, feelings, expressions, some of them you can only fully express well in a certain language and can't in another. As you keep writing in Waray-Waray, especially as a Waray-Waray speaker, there are just some things that you'll notice that just sound better, and it's because you can express that way better in Waray-Waray. Next, we have another another song of mine. Hapon pagkainumbong, ikaw gulay takon, higumaon. From what I could remember, you are the only one that I will love. In the Waray-Waray version, pagkahinumdum, it sounds around 4 seconds. Like it takes around 4 seconds, right? As opposed to the English version, wherein remember takes around 2 in the melody. My point is, the Waray-Waray version can emphasize the message of being remembered more because pagkahinumdum takes a longer time to say. It takes a longer time for the message to come across, or to get across, I mean, as opposed to the 2-second remember in English. Again, the biggest point to take away from this video is emphasis. How songs can resonate more depending on the language used. In this case, Waray-Waray. Additionally, knowing these things, we could really inspire more songwriters from Eastern Visayas to write more in Waray-Waray, and we should inspire more. And because of that, I think we can add more, of course, to the culture and discography of Eastern Visayas. But how? Not everyone here understands English or Filipino, and even then, there's just some stuff, some expressions that just fit. If you're a native speaker and you say something in Waray-Waray, it just sounds way better, right? So a lot of residents here, especially from far-flung areas, Waray-Waray is their main language, and that's the language that's gonna resonate more with them. Could you imagine if we had songs in Waray-Waray talking about mental health or social-political issues? They don't have to be direct. The lyricism doesn't have to be direct, but people will understand. People will understand that. Could you imagine if we had nursery rhymes in Waray-Waray? Those kids will remember those Waray-Waray songs more. That'll resonate with them more. And the nursery rhymes, it can be educational too. It doesn't just have to be like a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star Waray-Waray version. No, it could be a nursery rhyme talking about how much change is in the pedicab. Something like that, right? And that's gonna add more to the culture. That's gonna resonate more with the children. I am telling you, this emphasis that I realized just from writing Waray-Waray songs. And yeah, with all these points, this is how writing Waray-Waray songs made me realize the importance of emphasis and how that could help adding to our culture. Thank you.